Hello, hello. Okay, we're actually live. Welcome to Walking on Broken Glass. I'm gonna see how many people we get to show up to this live. So you wanna wait a 2 minute or something? We're gonna wait so and so, some minutes. So and so. Okay. Kind of crooked though. Hey, ooh, somebody there.
Hello.
Not sure who it is, but thank you for being there. Hi.
Good to see ya.
Good to see ya. Good to see ya.
Good to be seen.
Listen, I'm hoping. Oh,
They said goodbye.
I know that was wrong with them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. Talking to yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So what we talking about?
What we chatting about today?
Okay. You know what? I'm Miss Nomo. This is
Mia Nojo.
Mia Nojo, and we are here to chat about that video that went. It didn't go viral.
It's not viral.
But it got 1,300 views in less than 12 hours. And you know what it was about?
What?
The mistreatment of individuals out in public. Case in point, we were at a restaurant last night and we received some pretty bad treatment from some of the individuals that were there, the workers, mind you. Employees. When I used to work in food service, I was considered a worker. Worker, employee, not trying to be disrespectful. Okay, employees. So, we're gonna just go ahead and get right into it. Now people always wonder, hey, when you gonna go live? When you gonna go live? Well, I'm actually live right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the meat.
Oh, it's two people.
Okay.
Hello, people.
Hello, hello. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So what we're gonna talk about is actually how you can control. I actually have notes. Oh my God, 11 people. Okay. Walking on broken glass. Okay. First responses and reactions can change your entire future. In the moment.
Right.
What really goes through your mind when things happen, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent? What goes through your mind? We were at a restaurant last night. We were minding our business. Hi, how are you?
How are ya?
How are you, Michael Moreno? Thank you so much for tuning in. We were at a restaurant last night, BJ's in Culver City, California. We were minding our business, sitting in the bar area, and it started out kind of slow, and then it just went from slow to straight downhill and straight into flames. The server was acting like he really didn't want to be there. He didn't have the mannerisms and the character that he should have had when you're dealing with the public. He kept reaching across me like this to get to the other individuals on the other side of me when all he had to do was walk around. So after about 20 minutes of him doing that, I asked him, excuse me, why do you keep reaching across me? He never said a word. Somebody said, excuse me, she wants an answer. She just asked you a question. I had to repeat it. After I repeated it, he says, oh, that's just a habit I have. I asked for some coffee, and in that coffee, I was gonna have a shot of rum. So it could be like Mexican coffee. Okay. So it could be like Mexican coffee. And what ended up happening, when he brought me that cup of coffee, it looked like someone had drank out of the coffee. It was, instead of it being half, a little bit from the top, it looked like somebody had drank almost 1/3 of it. It was spilled in the saucer. Everything was wet. So I said, excuse me, can you bring me something so I can clean this up?
Look at that.
Yeah, that's the evidence right there.
Is it good? I don't know.
That's the evidence right there.
Look at that.
Nasty.
Yuck.
Horrible. Nasty. Horrible. So I said, okay, it took maybe 10 minutes for him to bring something else. When he brought me another cup of coffee, that mug of coffee was dirty on the handle. So I said, "Excuse me, sir,
Nasty.
could I have another cup, please? Because this mug seems to have something on it." And he looked at me and he said, "You know, it's going to take a minute because we don't have no clean dishes. They got to wash some more dishes." I have never in my
Not
life,
even just the dishes, specifically mugs.
yeah,
You have to wash more mugs.
coffee mugs, not glasses,
At
coffee
BJ's.
mugs. I've never been anywhere and they had to wash a mug
Okay.
because they didn't have enough at a big, large establishment. It was not a mom and pop. It was BJ's. Okay. It went on. It went on. It got worse. Somebody ordered some food and said, "I would like it medium well," and they bought it, brought it to the table, looking somewhat rare. Got that picture?
Do I?
Now look at this picture.
First of all, the plate itself was empty. What? It's not. What?
Yeah, that was horrible.
I said this looked like some dog food and a chocolate chip cookie.
Yes, you
Then
did.
you open it up, cut it open. You said you wanted it cooked how?
Medium well.
Medium well. What it? Hi, hello, person. You can't even see it for real like that. It's not even showing up for real. It's straight red. Red. What's that called? Rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare.
And it went downhill after that very quickly. The server kind of seemed like he gave up. So then the manager came over, appeared to be attentive and wanting to help. His sarcasm was questionable, but I figure, okay, you're a manager. You're supposed to be above all the pettiness. He took out his paper and his pen and he started to write. And he said, okay, I'm going to get you what you need. What can I do to make this right? Blah, blah. Wrote down some things, went away, and for 40 more minutes, we sat there like, what's going on? Sitting there, just sitting there. No one came by to say, hey, do you need anything? No one came by to say, excuse me, do you need more water? Do you need this? Do you need that? Nothing.
Mind you, in the meantime, as we're sitting there, other people, we've sat there, other people have come into this restaurant, not only just the restaurant, in this particular area that we're sitting in with the same waiter. Other people have came in, sat down, ordered their food, ate the food, got up, paid, and left.
And we were still sitting there waiting for that
Monstrosity.
2 items to be prepared. Now, I didn't want to cause a ruckus because you know if you cause a ruckus, what are they going to say? Oh, the African American people, they're acting out. They're acting. What is the word?
Aggressive.
They're acting aggressive
Hostile.
and hostile. So didn't want to do that. Had to sit there because everybody is always watching. Come to find out, after the situation got to a head, we finally said, okay, we're tired of sitting here. Never mind, cancel the order. After we said cancel the order, then the food came out. And then the manager said, no, you're going to eat this because you said you wanted it. How are you going to make somebody eat something if they change their mind and they don't say they want it? I thought customer service was tantamount. He, the manager, Rich, refused to take it back. And then he said, when he was taking the order, oh, don't worry about it. You know, the price is not an issue. As though he was going to comp the food order that was questionable and that was giving us problems. They brought the bill and the bill was $90. Why was the bill $90? Now, it wasn't the fact that it was $90. It was the fact that we were treated horribly. We were told we were going to eat the food. We were told you can't give the food back. And we were told, don't you remember I asked you, is there anything else I could do? And you said no. Condescending, as if to say, you didn't understand me when I said it the first time. So there's nothing you can do. Now, by this time, other patrons in the restaurant have gotten up and they're coming over saying, "Oh, I filmed the whole thing. This is horrible. This is horrible. This manager is horrible. He should be reported. He should be reported." Now, you know what I've come to realize? A lot of people will record. A lot of people may say something in the moment, but who is going to stand in the gap with you? Not many people are going to stand in the gap with you. Individuals told us that the manager was horrible. How come no one else had posted anything? Well, after this instance, this individual right here went to TikTok and posted something on TikTok. It garnered, like I said, 1,300, 1,400 views, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. So I said, we need to get on here and we need to talk about this, because there seems to be a problem. And a lot of people must be feeling a certain kind of way because 13 or 1,400 people saw it, and at least 30 or 40 people commented. So my thing is, I got a couple of questions. In the moment, what goes through your mind when things aren't going right? What goes through your mind?
My mind?
What goes through your mind?
Well, what was going on through my mind last night, I just had to laugh it off. I felt myself becoming enraged, which is very rare for me. I don't really get enraged like that. I don't really get irritated. I get irritated very easily. I will say that. I am easily irritated. But enraged and upset and angry, this just doesn't happen. So, as they were going back and forth, I was really just sitting there. I had to compose myself, because if I had got up and said something, none of it was really pretty, but what I was gonna say wasn't gonna be any prettier anyway. It was gonna be ugly. So I just said, let me hold my mule. Let me hold my mule. Because some ruckus was happening. And I was about to be a part of the ruckus. And that was not gonna be good. So that's what was going through my mind. What was going through your mind?
Well, what was going through my mind was, I don't believe this is really happening. It was kind of like being in an episode of The Twilight Zone. Is this really happening? Are we isolated on a desert island and we're the only people here, and that's why this is going on? I can't believe this is happening at this particular table when you have other people surrounding us and it doesn't seem to be happening. Kind of like when you watch a movie and you see it's raining where you're standing and you look on the other side of the street and the sun is shining. It's like, is this really happening? And then you try to express what the issue is. The other person says, oh yeah, that they understand, but do they really? There's something about communication. Communicating is an art, and a lot of us haven't mastered it, because we could have something going on up here in our minds. We say something, what we say, the interpretation of what's going on in our mind, based on how we say it, how the other person hears it, and then how they respond, is altogether different.
Telephone.
Exactly. So you really have to say, wait a minute, can you say that again? And then when somebody says it again, like, okay, we're gonna go outside and we're gonna double dutch, but we're gonna double dutch under the street light. Now you would say what if I said that?
We're gonna double dutch under the street light.
Exactly. Would you be wondering, why are we gonna go outside and double dutch under the street light?
Yes, I would think so. We could see, but I would also say, peculiar place. Okay.
See, so it's not something is said and somebody automatically acts on it. Because if you automatically act on something that is said, that could get you placed in the clinker. Mind you, when this was going on last night, I told the individual, the manager, I said, sir, you may need to call the police because this is not right.
Call it popo.
And if you
Call it popo.
she didn't say this last night, But you may need to call the police because we need someone else to stand in the gap and work this out because he was refusing to do anything and then had the nerve to ask us to leave. You really asked us to leave? So she got on TikTok and I got on my computer and I went to corporate. That's what I did. I didn't physically go to corporate, but I wrote my complaint to corporate.
Wrote a letter?
And they have pretty much backpedaled, jumped through the Cheerio hoop, the hula hoop, and everything else because now they realize that the person that they spoke to that does Google reviews and has more than 400 and something thousand views and can make a difference has said something, and they don't want that. They don't want that smoke. Her TikTok has garnered a lot of views. Now, some people may say, oh, 1,300 is not a lot, 1,400 is not a lot.
A lot for me.
Well, it's a lot for us, and sometimes it doesn't, you don't have to have 5 million. Sometimes people get 5 million and it's only 5 million, like, click, you look, okay, and you go away. But some people have actually said something about what's going on. Also, anyone can explode, but remember, we're living in an age where everyone has a camera and will film the incident. So there are times when you don't want anybody to film the incident. There are times when you feel like you're just about to explode and you gotta say the first thing that comes to mind. So you just kind of, sometimes if you say it, matter of fact, many times, you can never pull back what you say. If you curse somebody out, you can't pull it back.
That's what I mean when I say and say what I mean.
Bam. But you can't pull it back. Once you say it, it's out there. And once somebody has it on video, it's a little difficult for you to refute it. Especially if the video has audio on it so they can hear. If you can just visualize what's happening, different story because now you have to interpret it. If you can actually see what's going on and hear what's going on, therein lies the problem.
Yes.
And that's almost like asking another question. Who do you become when you're wounded? Wounded could mean you feel bad, you got knocked off your high horse, you could have been playing baseball, you struck out, you could have been double dutching, tripped and fell, you could have been riding your bicycle down the street and the chain broke and you fell off and you rolled into the street. Now you're wounded, wounded some kind of way. You go to an establishment, you're treated like the scum of the earth. People see this, you're embarrassed, that embarrassment turns into anger. Who do you become? What do you do? Because I can show you better than I can tell you.
She can.
I can talk all day long. I can do that too. But I can talk all day long.
All day.
And I realize I can do a whole lot of this. Individuals can say they're listening and they don't really know what I said. They hear something, but to them it's like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. I teach a class at West LA, and the students only remember the last thing that I say. I can facilitate the class. We can have engaging things to do, engaging activities. And at the end of the class, if I go around to each group and say, okay, well, I need one person from each group. There are 4 groups, and each group has about 7 people in it. So out of these 7 people, I need 2 people to tell me what you learned today. They're only going to recall what was just said in the last 5 or 10 minutes. They don't recall what was said at the beginning of the class. They don't recall what was said before the break, after the break, none of that. Just the last 10 minutes. I'm not sure if we are wired differently as a society as opposed to when I was growing up, because there's a slight age difference here. Hey!
Yep.
Good!
They can hear you and not know a thing you said.
Exactly. My sentiments exactly. So, like I said, in the moment, what goes through your mind? You don't want to be taken advantage of, but you also don't want to be embarrassed. You also don't want to be on the short end of the stick. You want to be able to say, okay, what's really going on here? How do we get past this? We're going to come out on the other end, and hopefully there's going to be some light at the end of this tunnel. But while we're going through this tunnel, what's going on? And that's what causes individuals to act out of character. The police comes, they get arrested, charges are pressed. Now you end up with a police record, and you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, or you're even 18 years old, or you're 17 years old. You can be a youth, you can be a minor. If you're a minor, now they want to take you to juvenile hall. Once they put you in that system that first time, it's very difficult to get out, because that record will follow you. If you don't get it expunged, it will be there, and you could get not a parking ticket, a moving violation at the age of 26. They'll run the record. They'll run the record, and guess what? All of that information comes up, and they will hold that against you and say, hey, what's going on? We see you had a problem here and there, and that will give you the snowball effect. So yeah, people often destroy opportunities, relationships, careers, reputations, and one emotional moment. And like I said, you can never take that type of thing back. Now, I have found over the years, when I was younger, like this individual right here, I would pop off real quick. Pop off. When I was a little younger, like 5 years ago.
When I was a younger.
5 years ago, when I was about
I was a young warthog.
I could pop off. Individuals would leave me alone. I would go on about my business.
Right.
But I realized, especially in the workplace, that was not the thing to do. Because what did they do?
What did they do?
They got a piece of paper.
Oh,
And they wrote it down.
wow.
Back then they were writing with pens and paper.
Paper trail.
Okay, gave you a paper trail. If it's not written or typed, it never happened, because now you have no
It
proof.
never happened.
It never happened. So what do? We now write things down. No, I cannot. I cannot pop off anymore, because, as I said, people are watching. They want to emulate everything they see you do, whether it be a child, a coworker, a friend, even a neighbor. You know what? Neighbors watch too. That is the craziest thing.
I sure do.
Sometimes you never see the neighbor watching, and they will catch you either coming back
Right.
or leaving and say, hey neighbor, how are you? Oh, I noticed. Oh, you must be going to work. I see you leaving here every day at such and such. And you say to yourself, I didn't see you. When did you see me? Were you looking out of the window? What's going on?
Yes.
Or, oh neighbor, no, I couldn't make.
Question mark.
Sir, what do you mean? Say that again. What is that?
Help us understand.
Yes. We're going to open it up in a few minutes, because we have been just chatting. We're going to open it up for questions, because
Questions, comments.
how do you all deal with things when they come your way and they are not as you would hope they would to be?
God.
You go somewhere and you're disrespected. You go, yes, oh my God, yes, they got cameras. And
The Waymos are coming.
wait a minute, do they have Waymos up there in Seattle where you are? Yes, and the Waymos drive through the neighborhoods with no one in these cars. What are they
No
doing?
person.
Seems to me
No
that
one.
they're getting data, whatever they're doing. They're doing videos in these various neighborhoods to take that information back to the powers that be.
To the man.
Oh, so they can see what's going on. And guess what? These restaurants are not any different. So even though I made that complaint, that's crazy. So even though I made that complaint and I sent it to corporate it had an automatic response. Oh, thank you for being a valued member. Blah blah blah. It's gonna give us about 72 hours, and we'll get back to you within those 72 hours. So that was yesterday, or like 3 o'clock this morning. So maybe by Tuesday, I'll be receiving an email because I said, I need to know what's going to be done about this situation. What's going to be done to that employee? What's going to be done to that manager? Are they going to receive disciplinary action? Are they going to be retrained? What's really going to happen? I need to know. What my time is valuable. And then I also told them that that location was horrible, and I probably should call the FDA because the food wasn't right and the dishes were. Ooh, tell them what happened, Mia.
So we're gonna do a quick recap. Here's what you missed from the first episode. So we went to the restaurant called BJ's. I don't know if they got those up there. I don't know if it's a regional thing or whatever. The restaurant called BJ's, like kind of casual eats, bar-ish food, entrees, all that type of stuff. Went there last night.
See, they do.
Okay. So yes, went there. Our server named Francisco, like San Francisco, that's how I remember. Our server named Francisco, he just was not in it to win it. He was not intrigued. He was not, and no one's saying you gotta put on. Where we from? L.A. SoCal.
Yes, Southern California.
Yeah.
What region are you from?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's everybody from? Yeah. Where's everybody from? What region? Yeah. Yeah.
I know we have some Seattle on here. Where else? Where is everybody from?
Yeah. So our server just was not in it to win it. He just was very dismissive.
Hey,
Louisiana!
Thank you for staying up to watch little old me.
We was down there
In November.
Yes, gotta get back down there.
Had a ball. Loved it in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yes. New Orleans.
So our what did I say? He was just very dismissive, just very
Nonchalant.
evergreen.
Yes.
Very green.
Seattle, very green. Yes. All the time. Yes.
Another one, thank you. So just very just got nothing from him. And no one's saying you gotta put on the biggest happy face and be court jester or nothing. I know we all people, but my goodness, you're just gonna be just blank, dead stare. Yep.
Yes.
Sunny LA. Wasn't too sunny today though.
I know.
Just very off-putting. Wasn't really listening fully. She was saying something that she was asking for something, and in the middle of her sentence he said okay and walked away while she was still talking. I said okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, interesting. So, and just very off-putting.
Yeah.
So then
Pardon me, I have something to say. I didn't want to cut her off while we're talking about somebody cut. Yes, we stayed.
because we had just ordered our food. He was off-putting, but we had just ordered our food. Now, what they say, hindsight is 20/20. I don't know why the numbers 20/20 means like crystal clear, but still, it's like we really did stay. We could have, should have, but did we? We did not. So, did you really spend your money there?
We did. Because had we got up and left without paying the bill, because we had to wait for them to bring the bill.
Wait for everything.
And I mean more than 15.
Wait to say excuse me.
More than 15 minutes.
Yikes, big yikes. So the waiter was poo-paw. Then the actual manager, once we realized, it's like, okay, it trickles down from the top. The manager was poopy scoopy. He came
didn't
over the
care.
first time acting like he was gonna be our bestest friend. He was trying to crack jokes, and he's like, I'm not trying to like make light of the situation, but I'm just trying to add some. I'm trying to add some jovialness, not make it so heavy, type of stuff. And I was just like, okay, sir, but you ain't gotta crack no jokes, because nothing's funny right now. And then was telling us, smile. You guys, you don't smile? Do you? Poopy scoopy. And it's just, So, came over the first time, tried to be our bestest friend, retook our order. I'm sorry. He didn't, it's not like a retake or order. Ordered something, it was wrong. Gave him 2 chances to get it together, it was still wrong. That's when he came over and said, important phrase as a manager. How can I make this better? How can I make this situation better for y'all?
Exactly.
Don't mind my nail. How?
Like he really cared and said, well, you know what happened is in the past. Well, I'm not going to deal with what's in the past. That happened already. I'm dealing with right now. How can I make this better for you? What can I do right now? So we said, okay, what can you do? You're the manager. So all we did is order something else, one meal.
I don't even consider it an order. It's just he asked us what would you want instead, and told him what we wanted instead. To me, that doesn't translate as an order. Order is, what do you want? Can I take your order?
Exactly.
Words mean things, people. Words mean things. So then, took 40 whatever minutes. It was just, and then it just all went downhill. When we came back around, now I must have been a Gemini. He switched. He was not the same jovial person of, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to make it better.
Right.
It was none of that. It was like, you ordered it, so you're gonna pay.
Right.
In fact, what was his phrase? Exact words? I'm gonna
going to
make you
pay for it, and you're going to eat it because that's what you said you wanted. I'm not taking it off the bill. I said, oh my. But yeah, so I figured since she put the video out last night, now mind you, when she put her video on TikTok, it was very fresh, meaning it had just happened within 10 minutes of us leaving the restaurant. So what you saw was raw emotion, raw footage, raw feeling. But as I said at the beginning, someone's always watching. And how do you respond when you're wounded? In the moment, what's going through your mind? So that's what was going through her mind at that moment. I said, I'm not going to put a video out. So I said, let me watch. Let me watch. Let me see what's going on. And then I could think it through and say, okay, because I already knew I was going to have to put the pen to the paper. I already knew I was going to have to call corporate because I made sure I told them when we were dealing with them. When they were nonchalant and dismissive, my response was, oh my. And I was clutching my pearls. I said, oh my.
Somebody better sprint them right here.
And I guess I'm going to have to call corporate. And he said, well, you go right ahead. That is something that you can do. You go right ahead, but we're dealing with this right now. He didn't say, oh no, there's no need to call corporate. There's no need for that. He said, you go right ahead. And I said to myself, maybe he didn't understand the severity of the situation and what was going to happen when I put the pen to the paper, because I put some nice words, some nice eloquent words down to really describe the issue so they could really... No. Is there a grade on the restaurant? Did you happen to see it? What is it? Tell us. Someone put something in the chat and they said, did we see the grade on the restaurant? No, we didn't. And I say that because
we go there all the time.
No, we don't go to that location. Now they have another one in Downey, California. Oh my
And
God.
Cerritos.
Yes, but the one in Downey, oh my God, fabulous. When you walk in, it's very vibrant. It's bright. The music that they're playing is not too far to the left. It's not too far to the right. It kind of makes you feel happy. At least it made me feel happy. Everybody was very welcoming. As soon as you either came through the little turnstile of a door or walked through the door, well, hello, how are you?
The
We-
Fox Hill Mall.
We went to the one in Culver City and the Fox
Oh yeah,
Hills Mall.
Westfield, Culver City.
Yeah,
The Fox Hill Mall.
will not be going there ever again. And I noticed in the comments after she put her TikTok up, everybody went ahead and said, that place is horrible. That place has gone downhill. That place is this. The manager is this. No one had ever, I had never seen anything like that written about that restaurant, because if I had have, I wouldn't have went there. We wouldn't have gone there. And the only reason we went there was because we had gone to JCPenney to get a couple of items or to look around and to get something. After we did that, we said, okay, we're hungry. Want to go to, not cheesecake, pardon me, BJ's is right here. So we said, okay.
Casual Eats.
It was there. We said, okay, can't be that bad. It was horrible. We will never go again, not to that location. But we shall see what corporate says about the situation. But once again, everything is a learning experience. Because when you go through something, like I said, you can't just be going through life popping off with cameras or without cameras. You can't do that. So at some point, you have to decide how you're going to handle something. When it's going on, when you're going through, if you're in the tunnel, you see the light at the end, you can't go up this way because it's low. So you're tiptoeing through the tunnel, so to speak. But you see the light at the end. Exactly. And you know if you keep going straight, you're going to eventually come out of that tunnel. But you don't know what you're going to encounter while you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I came on here to talk about the situation and see how other individuals handle things. Now, does somebody else have anything? Because like I said, we've been popping and popping. Exactly. Somebody gave it a 4.1. Well, with my thing, it won't get that 4. I gave it a 1 star. So that, I don't know. I gave it a 1.
Give it a star.
Well, I gave it a 1. I didn't know if I could just not
0
give it 1.
stars.
Because this is what I noticed. When you do reviews, sometimes if it's that bad and you don't want to give it any stars and you push next, it will not let you continue unless you click something. So if you just if you want to push nothing and you say continue and it won't let you continue, you get frustrated and then you start pushing everything. Then you accidentally push a 4. Well, guess what? Now you've given them a 4. So sometimes it prompts you and urges you or makes you give them something. Yeah. So I gave it a 1. But yes, I have Google reviews. If you go on Google reviews, Roberta Holtz, you will see I have several. And I'm very articulate when I do my reviews. If it's good, I'm very good. If it's bad, I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If it's indifferent and it's a wobbler, I'll tell you if it's a wobbler. I have things on there. I have photos about food, why it's good, why it was good for me.
She's low-key a food blogger.
Yeah, just something I like to do. But
Slash critic slash very low-key.
But I like to treat people the way that I would hope they would treat me.
Do unto others
As you would have them do
unto
unto
you.
you. But some people don't know anything about that because that comes from the BIBLE. And that's a whole nother topic But we are believers, and we do go by what's in the Bible. Are we perfect? No, we're not. Do we read it? Yes, we do. Do we practice it? Yes, we do.
Try to live it every day.
Exactly. So it's like double dutching. You get in, you see, she don't even know how to double dutch. But double dutch, you got the rope at the top, you got the rope at the bottom. Yeah. You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out. Then you get in and you start jumping. Okay, I got this. And then something happens and it knocks you right off your feet.
Hi-yow!
So now you're half in and you're half out.
Wishy-washy.
Or you're just out altogether. No, it's not necessarily wishy-washy. Your situation has changed based on your behavior. So, yes, give me some questions. Let me know what you guys are thinking about out
What's
there.
on your mind?
Yes, what's on your mind? What's on your mind?
When's
Okay.
the last time you watched Jeopardy?
We just saw a little bit of Jeopardy the other day. You're gonna lose your black card if you can double dutch. You better get on it.
Lil Romeo,
Lil Bow Wow.
Little Bow Wow. Older Bow Wow.
Wait a minute.
Now
Lil-
Romeo had his
Lil
little
Romeo.
run.
Wait. Lil Romeo. What Lil Romeo saying?
I don't remember, but I remember he was cute and he had a show
Lil
on
Romeo?
Nickelodeon.
Lil Romeo?
Lil Romeo.
I love Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow can dance. He's still relevant, and
Lil Bow Wow. Now just
and
Bow Wow.
and he can
slash
act.
Chaz.
And
Chaz.
yes.
Chaz.
So I can't even remember what Lil Romeo.
I don't know.
Did he sing? No. Oh, he didn't.
He rap like his pappy.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Lil Romeo. You know what? We ran into him. Well, we didn't run into him. We saw him at the Grove
I did. Yes.
about a year and a half ago. Oh, he smelled delightful. So, yeah, look. Yeah. Hey, guess what?
That's a good question.
I like them both. All the time. All the time. Yes.
What a interesting question.
Yes. Do we get mistaken for sisters? All the time. They think I'm her older sister. So
Someone just last week said, I thought y'all were the same person.
wait a minute. Now
The same person?
Now what was she smoking? Had to be doing something. She smoking something to say we were the same person. This is an eyeball. This is another eyeball. This is a face. This is another face. How could we be the same person? What is in the twilight
I
zone?
don't think we look that much alike.
Put your glasses on.
You act like I'm Clark Kent. It's Clark. What's the man name?
Superman.
I don't think we look that much alike.
Ah, well, hey. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
So yeah, what questions do you have? Because I want to make this a series. I want to do episodes every Sunday that hit at the heart of whatever it is going on out there in these various communities and in society, so we could talk about it. So we could chat it up. We
Bring
could
your
chat-
current events.
Yeah.
Current events, your current topics. What's on your mind? What grinds your gears? Or
Exactly.
what lights up your life?
Yes. What lights your fire?
You light a fire.
You went way back. You could have did Rick James. You turned on my fire, baby. Look, we gonna take another portion of her black card.
You ain't taking nothing from me.
Look, she can't double dutch. She can't double dutch, and she didn't know You Turned on My Fire
What
by
is-
Tina Marie
Where you put
and
me in
Rick
school?
James.
Where you put me in school?
That is not what we're talking about.
Oh,
We're
that
not
was not
talking
what
about
we
where she
was
went to
talking
school.
All right. I said
So
we
yes.
got 2 more minutes.
So yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? We've been on for 44 minutes. I'm so glad to have this time together. Like Carol Burnett. Ooh, telling my age. No, I'm just.
Oh wait, We gotta sing the song.
Which one you were talking
Your
about?
theme song.
What's my thing? Oh,
Do 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 do. It's tight, but it's right. May have to take flight on a mission in the season every day, every night.
Tomorrow isn't
The promise, time is passing you by.
Did you really even try?
Trust your eye into you.
Wait a minute. Why does she want to? Why did she say singing song and she don't know the words?
Hey, people just enjoy the vibe. You
This
just
is-
been to a concert.
And didn't know the words? Yes. So yeah. Okay, where's my little song? Let's see. Now I actually did write this song.
She's actually a really good rapper when she gets in the mode. But just being like this,
A rapper.
She
No
no
Merc.
All right.
No rap.
Who saw the Michael movie?
Okay, yes.
Raise your hand. Raise it up high to the sky.
Or put your finger up like
Oh,
in
like
church.
in church. How do you feel about that?
Excuse me. Did you
Do
see
we
my?
feel that Coleman Domingo encapsulated and really became Joe? Because I said yes.
He did a lot for that joke.
She
Listen.
thinks he put too much on it. I said no.
Listen.
That man is Joe.
Was this part? Was this?
Michael, what you say? I'm your father. I said, get out of here.
Oh God. I don't know who put all of that.
Makeup was
Mm-mm.
Oscars. Get ready.
I was taken aback when he turned around to that camera. I said, "Oh my God, Coleman, that was
Coleman, here's your Oscar.
it was a bit much for
Makeup, here's your Oscar.
me." Joe later on,
And
in the
of
movie?
course, what's the man's name? Not Your Majesty. Not
Jafar.
Abu. Jafar. Here's your Oscar.
listen. Okay,
Oscar.
listen.
Oscar.
Listen.
Here's your Oscar.
Listen. And listen.
And then I feel like Nia was looking very beautiful, but I felt like she just looked beautiful the whole time. Every time the camera was on her,
I love me some Nia Long.
she was great. But I feel that well, of course there was all these cuts and all that type of stuff, but
Maybe
that's
she
Diana.
But, ooh,
At any rate.
maybe that was her portrayal because when she got her script and she read it, that is what she derived from what she
Yeah,
read.
that's a word right there.
Derived. Oh, that's what she derived from what she read, and that's how she emoted those emotions.
Slam.
Okay. Once again,
Word to Love Jones.
what she saw on the paper, how we perceived what she did, may not even be what she was trying to get us to believe. We never know. Once again, communication, there's always a breakdown in communication somewhere because the speaker has a thought. They speak whatever they're thinking to the best of their ability. The receiver, or you all out there, the receivers of that information may not be receiving the thought that was up here. And once I spoke it and once it hit the atmosphere, how you responded, how you received it could be the farthest thing from what I said and how I meant it, or it could be right on point. That's why sometimes things go over people's heads. Sometimes they miss people altogether. And then sometimes you got people just sitting there like this.
Oh, Last Temptation.
Sleep, not paying attention. So we all got to do better with our communication. But sometimes I feel like you can't continue to beat a dead horse. If the horse is dead,
I don't know. I'll be the dead horse.
no. You have to know when to. You gotta
Bring
know.
it back and kill it again.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You never count your money.
Never.
When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting. When the deed is done, that means figure it out.
Oh.
You gotta know when you should get up and go. Probably we could have got up and left much earlier last night than we did. Had we left earlier, the situation would never have happened.
For sure.
Had we known then what we know now,
Right.
we probably would have gotten up
Right.
after they brought the coffee that was halfway out of the cup
Abysmal.
and halfway in the cup. It was just dreadful. We would have gotten up and left. But we tried to stick it out and say, well, maybe it's not what it appears to be. Sometimes things are, sometimes things aren't. But you have to use your best judgment to try to figure it out. Make that judgment call and then move on about your day. Whether you're at work, whether you're driving, whether you're sitting having a conversation with somebody, if you're in a relationship, whatever the case may be, you could be driving down the street. Somebody's tailgating. They're riding you. They're very close to the back of your vehicle unnecessarily. Now, you could get upset and start wailing your arms all out the window. Yeah, don't get off my tail. I want you to get off my tail. But you shouldn't do that in today's society because people have window tint all around their vehicle. You don't know who or what or how many of the who or what is in that vehicle behind you. Black. Everything is dark. You can't see. Some people may have a notion to say, I'm going to step on the brakes. Now, if you step on the brakes and the person is riding you, they're going to either sometimes if they're not, if they got real good brakes and they see it in time, they won't hit you. Or some people might. So now you have to realize your action in that split second will change the whole trajectory of the next 30, 60 to 90 days of your life. Because if they hit you and they have no insurance, now where are you? Where are we? And when we think back and they say hindsight is 20/20, it really is. When you think about something, you can see clearly. You can see clearly now that the rain is gone. You can see all obstacles in your way. But when you're in the situation, you can't see it because it's a feeling that you have. We're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with raw emotions. If we can take ourselves out of that, have the opportunity to think about something, we generally make better judgment calls. That's why when we're in something, we can't see it. And our parents, our friends, our loved ones, our co-workers, sometimes people can look they can see you while you're going through or while you're doing whatever you're going to do or while you're saying whatever it is, and they know how it's going to end up, or they can see how it's going and take a guess, an educated guess, and realize that's not going to go too well. That's not going to turn out well. That cake you're trying to bake, you didn't even put all your ingredients in it. So it's not going to rise. It's going to be flat. And it's going to be nasty because you didn't take the appropriate steps that needed to be taken in order to get the desired results. So that's basically all this was about. We wanted to see what was going on out there. We wanted to see how other individuals felt about situations when people misunderstand their responsibilities or they choose to treat someone less than and think they're going to take it and accept it. And how do you deal with whatever it is that you're going through? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Once again, I said, I don't pop off anymore like I used to when I was 5 years younger, when I was in my early 20s, since I'm in my late 20s now, since we sisters. You know how dreadful that would be if we were actually sisters. That would mean my mother would have gone down a whole nother road, and I shudder to think, well, what that would have been like. But no, that would be horrible.
The mom and the baby.
Oh, so yes. Anybody have any thoughts, any likes, any dislikes?
Last call.
Last call for alcohol, and I'm not drinking. Just water, lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. So yeah, what's going through your mind? Because we've been on here 55 minutes. So yeah, we're going to up. Yeah, I can't do that. No.
Wellness elixir of the night. You get you some ginger. Fresh ginger, chop it up. Put it in the pot.
Wellness elixir.
Chop that up. Put a dash of cayenne.
A dash.
Put some cinnamon up in there.
Dash.
A little bloop, 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 bloop. Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
And this beautiful thing right here.
What is it?
Blue agave syrup.
They can't see it for your fingers.
It's a natural, it's a syrup. Natural sweetener. So we don't have to use actual sugar if we choose not to. Put some water in there. Let it come to a boil. Not only does it make the house, the kitchen smell divine. Ooh. Let it cool down. You drink about this much a day. It's good for you. Now what it does exactly, I don't know. But it's natural.
The ginger opens up
I think
your
it's some
sinuses.
Inflammation and all that type of
And it
stuff.
opens up your sinuses. The ears, the eyes, the nose, and the throat
ENT.
all have that canal where things flow through. Mucus could get stopped up. Oh, there's not enough time for that. The president of what? CBS? I don't know who the president of CBS is. And I don't know who the president of BET is anymore. I don't
think
even
it'd be.
no BET.
I
No
don't
president
think
of
it
BET. The president of, I'm not sure. I don't
The
know.
president of BJ's?
I don't know who the president of BJ's is. Yeah, I don't know. We're not.
The president of Sony Music?
Sony, I don't even know who
Sony
that
the
is.
devil.
Oh, it used to be Tommy Mottola. I don't know if he was the
Is he
president.
dead?
No, Tommy Mottola is not dead, and we don't wish that on Tommy. But I don't know who the president of these things are. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Oh, they clarified that. You know what? You know what? This is what I'll say. If this hair don't get out my mouth, Jesus. Wait a minute. Okay. I think, but you know what? See, I have to be very careful how I say what I say. It's nothing bad. I do know I could get canceled. I could get canceled with all 6 of my viewers. It does, but 4 and 3 is 7. So guess what?
6, 7.
Yeah. I feel like
Exactly.
that's why I tried to tell you. I don't know who the president of CBS is. I don't know who the president of BET is. But somebody want me to be the Satchmo and talk about the president of the United States of America. Living in America. Eye to eye. Nation to nation. Living in America. James Brown, got to have a celebration. Do, 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 do. Rock my soul. Do, 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 do. I live in America.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mm. James Brown wrote that song many years ago.
President of the United States. Did we all know that George Washington's teeth were actually not wooden? Call me slow if you want to. In my mind, when I read it, I said, splinters in the gums. That's not calculated.
Someone is always watching. I always feel
I
like
said,
somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, we can't always say the things that we want to say. Yes, what? Yes, you have a question, sir?
your hand is raised.
Your hand is up. What? Yes. Oh, and the crickets. But
right.
I really feel
We've
like,
been talking for 60 minutes.
listen,
Whose show is that? Is that Diane Sawyer, 60 Minutes?
it was,
She's still kicking?
yes, I believe. I believe.
The other one is gone.
I'm not sure who's
You
gone.
do.
Can't take her nowhere.
What's the one?
I don't
The
know.
View. She came up with The View.
Oh, you're talking about Barbara Walters. Exactly. But I
Thank
think
you all.
can't take her nowhere. I feel like you got to do the best with what you have. We know what the situation is. If we stay prayed up and do the best we can and try to guesstimate what we can do for ourselves and maybe those closest to us, it might, you might have a leg to stand on. I don't know about having a foot in the race, but you might have a leg to stand on. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything too far to the left, and I'm not gonna say anything too far to the right, because once again, what you say is gonna be captured. This is a video. It's a live video. So even after I'm done, if I don't post it, they can still go back and look through it. Someone could be looking and listening right now to see what I'm going to say. One never knows. But I am not going to be the one to give myself a swift kick. Oh my God. A swift kick in the bahookie. And I will say this, you live and you learn. When you're younger, you do things because you don't think things through. You just act. You just act on raw emotion. As you go through life and you get some experience under your belt and you see, okay, if I do this, if I push this, that'll do this. If I turn this way, it'll do this. If I step back and say something, it'll miss me altogether. If I try to step in and say, hey, wait, that's not fair, everything turns from that person. Now it's directed to me. Are they going to say, well, no, it's really me over here? No, they're not. They're going to let you suffer and go down in flames or go up in flames. But these are things that you have to learn as you go through life. You can tell somebody something until they're blue in the face. Some people listen, but they listen just a little bit and they still stick their own toe in the pond and do what they think they need to do. I am the type of individual that if I'm looking out across the land and it's not barren and I see the goats and I see the lambs and I see them and they're falling off the cliff. Everybody is going that way, bad, and they get over there, boop, here go another one, bad, boop. I'm not going that way. I don't want to be the one that falls off the cliff. If you're going that way and you're falling off the cliff, I'm not going that way. You look the other way, you see vehicles, people in the cars, and they're driving off down the road and they're going wherever they're going, and they may come back 15, 20 minutes or an hour. Guess what? I need to be on that road over there. I don't need to be on that over there to go, beep. She said, am I a person or a goat? See, let me tell you something. It's never ending. It never ends. But these are things that you try to pass on to other individuals, just like the basics. That could be something that we talk about next time. The basics that we learned when we were growing up. Older, the basics that people 45 and up or 50 and up learned. The basics that we learned are no longer the basics.
You
That's
see that video?
well, you hush. You see what I'm saying? The basics are no longer the basics.
You see the video of the kids?
The next time, I plan on the next time being next Sunday, or I may wait and do the Sunday after, because next Sunday is the day before the holiday. You know what? I might still go ahead and do it next Sunday, and it'll probably be sooner because it was kind of late today. Ooh, Lord, we've been on here 65 minutes, so that's an hour and some minutes. So that means we got on here at 8:30. So if I try to do it a little earlier, like maybe 6 o'clock, that may give some other people time to come in and say something, or at least they won't be asleep. Because if there was somebody on here earlier from Louisiana, I don't think they're still on here. The holiday. Not too sure.
Holiday.
This one gonna sing a song about every question.
Celebrate.
What's the words, Mia?
Holiday. Uh-huh. It would be so nice.
Don't necessarily know the words. Took some time to celebrate would be the next verse.
Hey, that's casual listening on KF 101.
Basics, as I
Math is
said.
basic.
Basics that we learned. Know the words. Learn it from A to, in the middle, L and M, and then go from L and M to the end. You
Exactly.
Exactly. But can we do that? No, we can't.
Clock it.
Look, I'm driving, but I know the light turned yellow and it's gonna be red after, but if I gun it, I can make it.
Do that.
See, she might be telling on herself. I didn't say her, that's just an example.
Well, it was insinuated you were talking about me.
No, it's just an example. What? So,
Thank you.
thank you for tuning in. Leave comments. What's wrong? This is gonna be an episode. Oh,
We know she do it.
Exactly. Thank you for tuning in. This is gonna be a monthly show. It's gonna be every month.
Oh, why again? Because you just said we're going next week.
It's okay. It's gonna be weekly. However, I want to do it every month. You see what was up here, what came out, what she heard, how she interpreted it, and once again, basics. When I was younger, if my parents did that, and I was wondering,
It to you.
she whispered it. Yes, we'll be on next week. Next week it'll probably be a little earlier. Maybe, you know what, it might be around 7.
Will you have a new guest?
I may have a new guest next week, or it might just be us. It might just be Lucy and Ethel. So, now where's the button? Is that how you turn it off up there?
Yeah.
Wait. I know.
Yeah.
I know. She know nothing. She know nothing.
I was there.
If she was there, that's a problem. So, if you have a topic that you'd like to talk about,
Leave a comment.
leave a comment or shoot me a text or shoot me an email. the people that are on here have my number. That's how they could text me. If you don't have my number, then just leave me a message on this YouTube platform.
No, Merc. Hard Merc.
And thank everyone.
No, sir.
Listen,
Jelly.
look, I feel like
I feel alive. Oh.
you know what?
First of all, I didn't do
First
that.
of all, look.
I didn't do that.
You know what? Kids in the store misbehaving. That is a good topic because you know
Write
what?
that down.
What am I? Oh, it is my show.
Yeah. Kids. You like Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, next time.
In the
Store. Misbehaving.
store, misbehaving. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's what our next topic is going to be on walking on broken glass. You know what? Everybody goes through pains. Everyone has heartaches. But you know what? You don't have to stay down. And when you're down, you're not out because there is light at the end of the tunnel. And there was no need for her to just laugh. But next time, we are going to talk about kids in these stores, in these streets misbehaving.
Oh my God.
So thank you for that. I'm so glad you all tuned in. So until next time, stay safe. God is love. And remember, you are loved. Thank you so much.
And cut.
It's a button right there.